You never tried to go full-time streaming? No, not before now. Honestly, it would have been stupid for me to do so. It's only after 2 years, it's just now getting to the point where maybe it could pay my bills. Maybe. It would, and this is like the peak of where I've been, right? It's not like I went up and then fell back down to this point. Like this is just, it's been a steady incline. So it would have been super stupid for me to try to go full-time on this earlier than this point. All right, so chat. I am going to pull Harlequin Pet into the Discord. She is another streamer. You often see her on the Guild Wars 2 board doing hero point trains and raid training. And she is going to try to work with me to get the Bone Zone set up for doing some raids starting next week. So let me try to make this happen here.
Hi.
Hi. All right. So I know you come from a stream that ranges somewhere between 2 R's and 3 X's on the rating scale. You think you can keep yourself under control here?
I shall endeavor my utmost to do so.
Chat, I don't know how this lady got her emotes past Twitch for approval. They are just, oh my god.
They are not that bad.
Okay, calm down, calm down. I don't want to get you riled up. All right. So, we gotta figure that you said which raid wings were required for Coalescence.
Okay, so for the first collection of Coalescence, you need to do Wing 5. You have to kill everything in Wing 5 in order to open up the availability for the chests. The chests are what get you your Wing 5 starter item, the Coalescence starter item. So if you open up your achievement panel and look under Legendary Trinkets and pull up the first collection for Coalescence, the first 3 items you get from opening 3 chests within Wing 5. You can only get those items the first time you open that chest during the week, because you can only open it once a week. So you want to make sure that you actually kill the bosses in order to collect those chests. If you collect them from somebody else's instance that has done Wing 5, you do not get the items unless you yourself have killed the boss in that instance.
Okay. Which bosses are in Wing 5?
So that would be Soulless Horror is the first boss. Then you've got River of Souls and the Statues of Grenth, which are technically 2 separate boss type encounters. And then you've got Doom itself. So.
Oh. Let's see.
And I have tested to see if you can actually get the drop from Doom without actually killing Doom. Whenever I was going for it myself, I actually collected the box that's after Doom from somebody else's instance, and you do not get the item unless you yourself have killed Doom.
Dang. Yeah, I haven't done that one at all. All right, so if you're still looking at this stream, I've cleared Wing 1, cleared Wing 2 one time. I've done Wing 3, but not Zera. All of Wing 4 many times. I've never done Wing 5. I've killed the Conjured Amalgamate once, and I've cleared Wing 7. So what I've not done is Zera, Wing 5, Twin Largos, and the Kadim 1.0.
And the irony is you will need to clear Kadim for the collection part 2 of the Coalescence. And then collection part 3 has you clear all of Wing 7. So the only things you technically need to clear, because you can actually collect 2 of the items from somebody else's cleared instance in Hollow Chains, is you need to clear Doom, you need to clear Kadim, and then you need to clear all 3 in Wing 7.
Yeah, well, during the brief time I was in a raiding group, it was right when Wing 7 was released, and like on release night we cleared it, and we were really proud of ourselves because, you know, we killed Peerless Kadim before anyone really knew how to do it that well. And then the only challenge mode boss I've ever done is Cardinal Saber. Not that I need challenge modes for what we're working on right now, just commenting.
Yeah, no, the only CMs I have not cleared at this point are Doom and Kadim 1. And I haven't tried Kadim 1 yet. My progressive group just cleared Largo's Twins CM last week, which Gear of Doom is actually a member of.
All right, so if you remember this off the top of your head, after I do the questy stuff for Coalescence 1, like, clear Wing 5, get the quest stuff, clear Wing 6, get the quest stuff, and I guess Wing 7, get the quest stuff. After that, is it just like 150 Legendary Divinations or something?
Yes. Now, here's the fun part. Legendary Insights can be traded for Legendary Divinations up to 150. So beyond clearing Doom once...
Wait, hold on. Clarification.
Once,
when you say up to 150, do you mean 150 times you can do that and then you can't anymore?
correct. So you can only trade 150 Legendary Insights for 150 Legendary Divinations, and then you won't have the option to trade them anymore, because Coalescence is the only thing that uses Legendary Divinations. So you can change Legendary Divinations to Legendary Insights as many times as you want. Just simply so that you have the availability to make multiple sets of Legendary Armor. But after you clear Doom once, Kadim once, and all of Wing 7 in order to get the quest, the achievement lines done, you can fill out the rest of your Legendary Divinations doing Wings 1 through 4 if you choose to do so, because they are, for the most part, easier.
Yeah.
If you do a full clear every week, you can get up to 25 of the Legendary Insights and Divinations that you can turn all into Legendary Divinations. So you're looking at a minimum of 6 weeks grind and raise if you have 0 to start with.
I have 52, apparently.
Okay, so you're looking at least a month, and that's if you do a full clear every week.
Your math checks out. All right, so to be able to, so okay, is it going to be like, as you know, I've done other different legendaries. Is it going to be like do Wing 5 and then do freaking a world trip and run around the world doing a bunch of stuff, then do Wing 6, or is it like Wing 5, Wing 6, Wing 7, or is there like a big journey in between each step?
Sort of somewhere in the between. So if you pull up the Coalescence one again on your achievement panel and remove the other thing from your screen so I can see it.
You and your logic. All right, here.
Okay, so if you look there, you'll see the first 3 items are the Transcendent Ink and I forget what the other 2 are called, but the 3 Transcendent items you get from chests within Wing 5.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, you put those in the Mystic Forge with another item, and it gives you...
Makes a logbook.
Makes the logbook. Then you take the logbook to certain areas, and you just slash it. That's all you do.
Okay, so...
Areas throughout Path of Fire, they're really easy to get to.
But you would need to, like, have the raid at least take a break for, like, 30 minutes or something.
Or everybody run to different points that you need, and then you just spam teleport to friend and slash sit. And you need to sit slash sit for like 30 seconds, if I remember correctly. And then that'll give you all of the rest of that one. Then
so
after that...
I'm sorry. But like if we bring... Like you and I discussed bringing some like experienced people to make this easier, and then some new people to get some more enjoyment out of it. So like everyone there could be working on Coalescence side by side with us at the same time, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So to the Twitch chat, anyone, it looks like this collection is unlocked as soon as you defeat a raid boss. So if you have Path of Fire, you kill a raid boss, this collection appears, and then you could be working on this side by side with me.
Absolutely.
Okay. So obviously you do your own thing. Now, I mean, we could both be streaming this at the same time if you were game for it. But I think the next step is to figure out what nights, what time, and what people.
So my availability right now, I can start as early as 11 p.m. on Tuesdays. I don't have anything after that until 2:30 a.m. when my static group actually does the rest of Wings 1 through 4 that we don't get it reset. And then Wednesday night, I'm completely open at midnight. Thursday night, I'm completely open at midnight.
So
Friday night, I have CMs.
so Tuesday from 11 to 2:30.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm writing this down. So I'm wondering, because I don't want to. There is every possibility that some viewers might not like watching raid content. That's true with any content, and I don't want to drown them out. Do you think we should do this like, let's see, if 11 to 2:30, that'd be like 3.5 hours if we were punctual, you know?
Yes.
And I can be there like 10 minutes till ready to go.
The hardest part about raiding is forming the group.
Right.
I'll tell you flat out. So having 10 people constantly be available at a specific time and ready to go at that time is the hardest thing, hands down.
I completely agree with that. And I've told this story before, but I'll mention it again because I don't know if you've heard it or if some people in chat have heard it. I did like endgame raiding in World of Warcraft for on and off for a decade. At our peak, we got a couple of server firsts, and we were like top 50 guilds in the United States. And yeah, that was like 25-man rating. In early WoW, that was 40-man rating. And you had to have like a bench of people, which sucked because it's like, I need you to show up and be ready to go, but we might not need you because Bob might not be there that night, stuff like that. And we had to juggle that kind of thing. And so that the whole concept of just like the bench was that. And then, but it's like, but if you show up, even if we don't need you Tuesday, we promise to bring you next week, that kind of thing. And that was a thing a lot. And I know we have lots and lots of people in our chat here that have expressed interest in going. So the next thing is to make sure we've got the right things. All right. I know you favor Elementalist, right?
I do.
Is that a key?
I typically tank for my group. However, I can do most roles proficiently.
Are you tanking just by like healing yourself with a high toughness gear, or how does that work?
I very rarely take much damage at all, honestly.
Look at me, I don't get hit.
My toughness.
Sorry, what?
Well, I do know druids that tank as well, just so you're aware. But
really,
the high toughness that I run doesn't actually. It cancels most of the damage that I would take, but the fact that my auto attack is also a heal.
Well, hold on. You go back to the druid tank thing. First you had my curiosity. Now you have my attention. What was that?
I actually have a friend who tanks on his druid on occasion. He wears minstrel gear. It certainly ensures that if anybody wants their boons, they're on the boss. Because you have
get
to
on this boss if you want might.
To get might. So
he's just like, because of the toughness, he's a magnet, so that's aggro, and then he's just self-healing?
For some, yes.
Interesting. When my impression from just the community was that Mesmers were always the tanks because they could just block so many attacks, and then they just don't ever take the damage at all. It's like they don't have to get healed. But yes, I guess that's not always the case.
Not always. So Chronos are actually excellent for like Largos twins. Largos twins, hands down, I always want at least one Chrono for. Because either they're tanking or they're portaling so that I can tank. Because otherwise you lose track of time. It's a very, very tight DPS check on Largos twins.
I've heard, I actually remember being told that condition damage is better on that fight.
It is. So the absolute best party composition for Largos twins is actually 8 Mesmers and 2 Druids.
What?
Yes, because...
Wait, like 8 condition damage Mirages and 2 Druids?
Well, usually it's 6 condition damage, either Mirages or Chronos, because condition Chrono can actually do some serious damage there as well. And then 2 Chronos that are Condi Boon.
Wow. Freaking
And
that's I gotta tell you honestly, and I don't know why. I do not have a logical reason for the statement I'm about to give you, okay? I hate class stacking, like in any game. Like like anytime I see like 5 firebrands on Teapot stream, I'm like disgusting, and I just like spit, and then I have to clean up my spit. I'm just like, I just get this out of here. So you're like, all right, so we're gonna bring 8 mesmers, and I'm just like, puh! Oh god, I did it again. Like
it's like, get that disgusting taste out of my mouth.
Disgusting.
It's horrible.
It's class stacking.
Yeah, no. I agree with you. My static, actually, we usually barely have 2 chronos, 2 Connie chronos that come, and occasionally we'll have a Connie Mesmer or a Connie Mirage that joins, and then we'll have like a couple of Connie Soul Beasts, and we've got a Druid, we've got myself, and we've got a Warrior that we actually bring for banners because we do portal strategy, which is not as tightly controlled on the classes for Largos Twins, and we clear it every week just fine.
Okay. All right. So, if you're okay with it, how about what time is my Tuesday giveaway? It's at 10. So that should be fine. So Tuesday from 11 to 2:30. Can I get penciled into your schedule there?
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's a day, that's a time, and we'll just do as much of Wing 5 as we can, if not all of it, for the first day, and try to, because the hope is, of course, we'll get better at it, and then maybe down the road we'll do 2 raid nights a week or something, but we'll just start with 1.
That works by me.
Okay. So after that, if allowed to, I'll go on my druid. Oh my god. Hold on.
Congrats on the subs.
Yeah. All right. Well, now you're gonna get to hear this in stereo. Macaulay Douglas, bought out to be original Death Squad, the 4th is Chauncey Van Snuffles, the 3rd, also Harlequin Pet. Welcomes you, Dopey Sith, invited viewers, Zangui, Zillow, Korith the Fox, that is dangerous, Toshutsugu, Scott's Case Files, and Booze to the Bone Zone VIP Lounge. Hope you enjoy your Stay Crypts on the way. Giveaways every week. Please take a seat. Join me, DH. Sorry, that was a word from our sponsors. Okay. Dopey Sith, thank you for the generous contribution. So, yeah, I can go Soul Beast if I have to. I'd prefer to go Druid. I think Druid works on just about every fight somewhere in there. The only time I had to do a weird... So, I've told you all the content I've done. The only job I really hated as a Druid was Cairn. When they're like, we want you to heal, but from way over there. Because I had to, like, stand really far away because of that stupid circle mechanic. They wanted you to
fight the agony is what it was.
Right. And, as I'm sure you know, most of the Druid heals were a lot better if you're close to the group. And I was just like, I hate this!
If you do
using the
Largos
tickle
Twins.
beam.
If you do Largos Twins, that is also the job of the Druid, is to kite.
Well, prepare for my whining. Anyway. All right, so if we got me doing my thing, you doing your thing, do you have any other professionals already lined up for this?
I've actually put some fillers out to a few people to see if they'd be interested in helping us. Wow.
Sorry, you said feelers. I just reacted. I watched too much anime. Go ahead.
I don't even watch that much anime. Come on.
I said I watch too much anime. Go ahead.
So I put some fillers out to see if some people that I know would be good for the group that could fill out those roles that I do want to make sure are covered by experienced people are available. I haven't gotten responses yet because I obviously sent it earlier in the day and they're night people like us. So I should have at least those important roles covered by the end of the week. Now, here's a question. Do you want to learn all of the bosses or only the ones that are absolutely necessary?
Eventually, all of them. So what I'd like to do is... okay, so what I'm about to frame here, I guess, would be like a month of 1 night a week type of thing. But do all the steps required to start, to the Coalescence achievements. And then it's quantity, right? Because we just need legendary insights and divinations. So after that, it's as many bosses as we can knock out. So I imagine after we've gotten those prerequisites set up, we're farming easier bosses and going to the hardest bosses on the raid nights to just get as many as we can. And if I get to the point where I'm comfortable raid leading, I might just start doing it like once a week as part of my standard schedule. The reason, this is a story I've told before, but for those that haven't heard it, is during the time that I was doing Guild Wars 2 raids on my channel, I had to focus very much on the raid. I was learning new mechanics. So, even if I consider myself a good, like a very competent raider once I know the fight, I didn't know the fights. So I was having to very much focus on what I was doing. I had cheat sheets on the screen. I was listening to the guys on Discord. So I had 9 other voices on the Discord. I had no control over the situation. And my viewer numbers those nights always were terrible. So that's why I ended up stopping doing it. Like, it was literally, the bar graph that we streamers get every raid night. It was just huge, just dip. Everybody would leave, and I wasn't talking to chat, which is a big part of my thing. But if this is a controlled environment, like we only have a couple of us able to talk on the Discord, or the others are mostly... Oh, that's another thing. I hate imposing on other people. Are these people that we bring... are they going to be okay if we ask them to be PG, or are they going to be okay if they... I mean, I'm guessing we shouldn't mute everyone.
Fine. They're perfectly fine PG, and most of them rarely, if ever, talk in Discord anyway.
Perfect. I love it. The competent deaf mute player. Absolutely perfect.
Now, I do know that we both have viewers that want to join in this, and I did see your post on Lotus. I have made a spreadsheet that anybody that's interested can put down their name in Twitch, their in-game name, their account name, which is the same thing you give Muck whenever he does a giveaway and you actually win. Your Discord name, and any classes that you can play. And by play, I mean that you have them geared out and you know how to play them, not that you've just made them and they sit there with it as an extra bank account.
So this sheet, do you want me to make like a command that links to it, or put it in like a Discord channel or something?
Yes. And I just posted it in your chat, and I will send it to you in Discord, because it would probably be easier if you did post it in your Discord.
Give me a second. I'm gonna put it in the Guild Wars channel, and then I'm gonna pin it. Dude, Discord is so naughty whenever you pin something. It's like, are you sure you want to pin it? And then you have to hit a button that says, oh yeah, pin it.
Yeah, I'm opening it up to share right now.
Dang. All right, so chat, if you're interested, I'm putting it in the Discord in the Guild Wars channel right now. If you are available on, not single, I don't care. If you have an opening in your schedule on Tuesday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time until 2:30 a.m. Eastern Time, you can, put your name in there and what you can play at that level, and we'll take who we can. Now, down the road, if this goes well and I'm able to lead these without the training wheels, I'll be able to take more people. But for the first few, we can only, take what we need to fill it up. Just to talk shop before we wrap this up. Standard, I do fractal CMs regularly, so I'm guessing, some sort of ranger for spirits, which is often a druid, because they also bring the might stacking for 10 people, a banner warrior, a tank of some sort, and then I believe one Alacrigade serves 10 people, but you need 2 people with quickness. Is that right?
Yes, so you either need 2 chronos that are giving boons, which covers both alacrity and quickness, or 2 quick brands, or heal brands of any flavor, whichever, and an alacrigade. Or there are a few other combinations, so you can have like 1 chrono that does like one quick chrono that can do DPS as well, and then a heal brand and an alacrin. That's a perfectly acceptable setup. Sometimes you'll have 2 renegades doing righteous rebel. As long as you keep them in separate subgroups, everybody gets full stacks of alacrity, and then just have 2 sources of quickness. So there's a lot of different combinations you can do, and some bosses you don't have to have anything with chronos or firebrands for quickness. You would actually use a boon thief that can cover quickness, might, and all of the other boons except alacrity, and you just have alacrity to go with it. The first boss in Wing 7 is actually one of those. Adina. We typically run Alacrine, Boon Thief. I usually tank, and then we have some other healer. It'll be a druid or something that does the secondary heal. So
Okay.
it varies depending on the boss.
Sylvanas just posted that the document is locked. Can you double check it?
Oh, I think I set it to only view. My bad. I am so sorry.
Do I need to change the link, or will it automatically update?
It should automatically update. Okay, see, try it now, hun.
Sylvanas or someone else in chat, go ahead and give it a test. Fun fact, the other day when I made the Google Doc for the giveaway, because there was just so much crap to keep track of, that was the first time in my life I made a Google Doc, and my wife had to help me.
Oh, no!
Yeah, like... It's like, how old does that make me? Is that like, I've used Google Docs hundreds, if not thousands of times, but never made one. And I was like, honey, do you know how to do that thing with the Google that's like Word, but other people can look at it? And she's just like, did you just age like 20 years?
Oh, God. Ironically, I think I'm like a little over... I'm pretty sure I'm more than a decade older than you, and I've been using Google Docs for years.
I'm sure you've aged very well.
Eh.
The pride. Eh. No wonder why we never get sponsored from Microsoft. What? Yeah, Microsoft's gonna sponsor me. Hockey Boy says you need full ascended. Okay, so hold on. First of all, in the general sense, like to raid, you need full exotic. As far as our raid, Harley, what are our rules going to be?
You don't actually need anything past exotic in order to raid. Having ascended is definitely preferential. It is a 5% DPS increase. However, you do not need ascended gear. The only case in which you would need ascended gear is if you're doing fractals, and that's only if you're going past tier 1, because you need the agony resistance. Now, if you happen to have ascended gear, that's excellent. Ascended gear and legendary gear have the exact same stats across the board. The only difference is that you can stat change legendary gears as you want, whereas you can't with ascended. And Mutt can probably give you an example of that on his gear, since he's about 3/4 legendary, I believe.
Yeah. I like rings especially, because they can hold 3 infusions.
Yeah, and infusions can have stats as well with them. So if you have stat infusions, that of course obviously gives you another stat increase.
But for you newbies, those are way more expensive. You don't have to worry about stat infusions.
Level 78 exotics, I would say put in... It costs literally like 10 gold to completely get the best exotic gear for the most expensive set, which is Berserker. So I would say put in the 10 gold to get the better set. If you need,
go ahead.
Yeah. If you need to know what type of gear you should be running for the class that you're running, I would recommend going to snowcrows.com. It will give you the class and build that you would need. And yes, it's going to be a semi-experienced group. So I will have a few people that are experienced. Thank you for linking that, Cass. And then I intend to have several of you, like Muck, that are not experienced at all with the raids that we'll be doing.
Yeah, but I will say for chat, because like when it comes to this wing, I will be a complete noob. But it is far more important to be able to play your character to a competent level, and then be able to learn a fight, than it is to learn the fight and then learn your character. Like, if you could play your tune, we could teach you stand there, don't stand there, hit that when the bell rings, blah, 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 whatever. Like, that's... Learning the boss fight's much easier than learning your tune. Alright, well. I'm looking forward to our date.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. Anything else? I think we covered everything.
Well, somebody actually messaged me directly asking if they need to be talking in Discord. No, you do not have to talk in Discord. For the most part, I found it's easier if only the person training or somebody that may have a question or is doing a call out are the ones that are talking, and everybody else be silent and or use chat. It's usually much easier
A
because if you
new
have multiple people
arrival.
talking at once, it's really hard to figure out who's having a problem with the mechanic.
In fact, if you and I are both going to be doing our streams, I would almost prefer it if, other than the occasional "look out" or something like that, everybody else, yeah, it was just you or I talking, and we could both use push to talk, so that we're not stomping on each other when we're talking to our own chats.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, Lady Harlequin Pet.
No problem. If anybody else has any questions for me, you can obviously message me directly. I'm in Muck's Discord. Feel free to hit me in Discord, or you can get me in Twitch chat. And then, shameless plug, I'll be starting mine in like an hour anyway. So.
Memories.
I know that cat clawing up your arm.
Yes, that's her. Yeah. The
have
cat clawing.
training days.
Yeah, freaking! I was like, all right, we're gonna raid, and you're like, wait. And I was like, what? Jesus, what? What's wrong with this guy? Does he say the N-word? What's going on? And you're like, I'm going live. Like, wow, subtle.
I know, so
Subtle with a capital B.
Yeah, or you can pester Cass. She's one of my mods as well. So
Yeah, it's really fun when me and Harley give Cass conflicting orders, because then she's got two bosses yelling at her.
Which means this is going to be very entertaining for her all the way around.
Mod me, know me.
She has way more lenience in mine than yours, though, I think.
Well,
I am
yeah,
super mod.
So
Hear me
many
raw.
more.
when you're in a rated XXX stream versus a PG one, you have a lot more freedom. Like, pants are optional at that point.
I'm a good girl, by the way. I'll behave them both. So,
Exactly.
I'm gonna be honest, I forgot she was in
Do I
here.
ever do training
I've been
days
listening
for
the
my
whole
own
time.
stuff?
Bye.
Ami Lotus, yes, I do. Typically, those nights that I mentioned to Muck that I was free, I will do either raid trainings for first come, first serve. Whenever I start my stream up, I typically don't have an idea of what I'm doing that day. I just log in, and whoever hits me up for something first, that's what I do. So if you want to learn something, hit me up at the beginning of my stream, and I'm probably open to it, unless it's either Sunday night, which I do my reset raids on. Tuesday night, after 2:30, I do reset raid, the rest of my reset raids. And then Friday night, I, of course, have my CM raids. And thanks for kicking yourself out, Cass. We love it. And then, of course, Monday night, which is where I moved my HP train to. I do that on Monday nights now because I usually like to start early, but I like watching Muck's giveaways, so I can't do both at the same time.
Woo! Like Cello Frag, you too can win something. All right.
Absolutely. Notice. Anything else you need from me?
I don't think so. I think I'm gonna go to this fractal group that has been waiting very patiently on me.
Okay, well, you have fun in Fractals, and I will catch you later. Bye,
I
everybody.
will. Bye. All right, chat. It's a date. Bone Zone raids Tuesday. Yes, I was speaking with Harlequin Pet, and this is a link to her Twitch. She does raid training, and she does hero point runs to get people hero points on their ults. So that's a link to her.